What is up, people on the internet? JQL here, back with another video. In today's video, I have another Custom LEGO video on my Custom LEGO minifigures from Deadpool and Wolverine. First Marvel figures in a while, because the MCU has not been the greatest recently. But this movie was very good. It's very nostalgia bit. It's heavily, there's a lot of nostalgia to it, which is probably why I like this movie so much. But, trying to stay not biased, I did enjoy this movie. If you didn't grow up with Fox, you may not enjoy this movie as much, but I grew up with Fox. Fox movie started when I was born, so literally grew up with them, and X-Men is probably one of my favorite for that Marvel has to offer, in my opinion. But anyway, so here in this video, I have Deadpool and Wolverine themselves and the outfits that they use in the movie, and so without further ado, let's just get started with the video. All right, let's start off with my Deadpool figure. I literally just finished this figure when I'm at the time of recording this, so that's kind of funny. I made this figure on a whim. I wasn't going to make this suit originally because I was pretty happy with my previous figure right here. You can see that. But I watched the movie and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make it. And I enjoyed making it for the most part. There are some things here and there I wish I did better. Like the torso, you can see the knives on his chest are not present at all. But yeah, that's nothing I could really do about it. So anyway, so the entire figure is pretty much fully painted by me. I used a lot of 3D elements here and there. You can see I used tape for the torso, the belts, literally everything 3D is either tape or I sculpted with Procreate. And I think it turned out pretty good. It's overall pretty simple. Here is the back if you're curious. I did use a Lego sword, or this is technically a knockoff sword sheath, but I just took off the neck peg and used the magnet. And there is the back. There's not a whole lot going on over there, so put that back on. The head is fully painted by me. There's a lot of line detail on his mask this time around, and I'm not sure why. I mean, it doesn't really add a whole lot, so I'm not sure why they did that, but, I ended up doing it, and it does add a little bit of detail to the pretty plain mask. But I think it looks pretty good. I painted it, the mask, pretty much the same way I painted my previous Deadpool masks. The guns are Brick Tactical. I forgot what they're called. I don't know guns, but these guns I got off Brick Tactical, and I think they look pretty sick. Removing them, you can see, and if I remove the sword sheath on the back, I have swords that dropped. That's okay. Here is one, and let me grab the other. Oh crap, it's not going in his hand. There we go. Here is another, and these are Brickforged Ninjados. I wanted to use different swords originally because his swords in the movie are a little curved. These are not curved at all, but I think these look pretty good on their own. They look like Deadpool swords. So I could have tried modifying it to make it look curved, but I'd rather not do that. So yeah, and also I could paint inside like the little shapes inside the sword sheath without the paint coming off. So I decided to use these swords. I think they look pretty sick on Deadpool, my Deadpool figure, and that's what I use for swords. And while I take off the swords, you'll see all the 3D pouches and the gun holsters on his leg. Here's just knife holster on that leg. I'll try to leave a picture if I remember of what he looked like before I started painting him. But yeah, anything 3D is pretty much tape, and I sculpted the pouches out of Procreate. This is probably, I don't even know what version of this figure is, but I know I've made definitely more than 5 versions of Deadpool during my time as a customizer. So that's interesting to note. I guess that's pretty much it for Deadpool. Let's just move on. All right, here is my Wolverine figure, and I am pretty happy with it. So funny story, I actually didn't see the movie when it first came out. I had to wait a month to see it with my family. And during the time, I logged off of Instagram, and in that time I was away from the internet, I basically just worked on figures. So this is one of them. So here he is. Originally, I was just going to make only Wolverine, but I'm glad I decided to make Deadpool to go along with him. So, the face is fully painted by me. I took a lot of inspiration from the Lego face from the 2012 set, the very first X-Men Lego set, I think. I took a lot of inspiration for that because I thought it looked like Hugh Jackman. And then the hairpiece is actually fully sculpted by me. And if I can remove it, it likes to stay on there. There we go. It's made out of Procreate, and then I sculpted a bit using green stuff. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Putting it back on. It's not perfect by any means, but I think it works for my figure. Then I use Procreate for the 3D, sculpted bits on his torso. The shoulders are sculpted out of Procreate. And then I use tape for his gauntlets on the arm. And then, yeah, so the back is fully painted. And then the rest of the figure is pretty much just painted by me. Oh yeah, I sculpted the knee pads and also used tape for the belts. Belts? Yeah, the belt and then also his legs. You can see there. And then the claws are actually claws I got off of Venom CBW, Custom Brickworks, over on Instagram. I'll leave a link to his Instagram down below. He also sells these. So, if you want, you can use them. One thing that I will note is that they're 3D printed, and 3D printed stuff are very fragile. And I knew that while purchasing it, so this is totally my fault. But this hand is actually not, what's funny is basically I broke the hand. So I decided, rather than ordering another pair, I decided to just magnetize it. So now this hand is magnetized, but this one over here is not. It's fine for the most part until I break it, which could possibly happen one day. So yeah, it was totally on me. And I also broke this claw right here, so it looks a little different from the others, but it's fine. I sculpted it back, and yeah, it doesn't look that great, but if I hadn't told you, you may or may not have noticed, or you may have noticed something was weird, but you wouldn't have known the truth. So yeah, just keep in mind, they're pretty fragile pieces, and I knew that while purchasing it. It's totally my fault that I broke it. So yeah, but I still recommend these claws. They're very nice. If you're careful about it, then you shouldn't have a problem. I just wasn't careful enough. So yeah, claws look pretty sick. And then one other thing I did, oh, knock the camera, that's fine. One other thing I did is I made an alternative head for him, and this is also from Venom CBW. This is the cowl, if I can move my lamp, there we go. This is the little cowl that he wears at the end of the movie. Spoilers, by the way, that was a spoiler, but that's fine. You probably saw it, movie already. This cowl is pretty sick. It's not meant for the movie version, but I decided to repurpose it for the movie version. So you notice the little flaps are a little too big, but that's fine. I tried sanding it, and I think it looks perfectly fine. Also, the back is not accurate at all, because I made this while avoiding spoilers for the movie, so I didn't have a lot of reference to really use. But yeah, I painted the face, and it's all one piece. I decided to glue it just because I didn't want to, break it like I did the claws. So this is what it looks like. And one thing I will say is, for some reason at the end sequence, at least when he's fighting the Deadpool corpse, the cowl did not look right. I don't know, maybe if CG something happened. I don't know, that CG for that whole scene was kind of not great. But it doesn't stop me from enjoying the movie. It's just a minor thing. It looked perfectly fine during the final bit. I'm not going to spoil that, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for my Wolverine figure. If you're wondering if I'm going to make the armless arms, probably won't. I don't know. I might change my mind, but for now, I'm just going to stick with this. I don't feel like having extra parts chilling everywhere. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my Deadpool and Wolverine customs, and now we can wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, and if you like the figures you see in this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already, so that way you'll be notified for my next video whenever that comes out. And if you want to see my custom minifigures earlier, you can check me out over on Instagram, link in the description below. I do post my figures finished there before I post them here. And I also post work in progress stuff, whether it's, through my stories or my reels. You can see how I make my figures there. So yeah, if you're into that stuff, then, check it out over on my Instagram. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Deadpool and Wolverine. Will I make other customs from this movie? I probably won't, but I always like changing my mind. Gambit's very tempting. Spoilers, by the way. I probably should have mentioned there's spoilers in this video. But anyway, yeah, so Gambit's tempting. Blade is very tempting. But we'll see. I don't know how I'll feel later. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever or whatever vid I'll be, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.